It's recording. Hello. I think we're on chapter 37. That's where I'm starting. I'm going to turn that fan off because it's got some probably crazy background noise. I'm also looking for something else. Oh well, I'll be right back. Alright, so I just turned it down a little bit because I kind of like the way I'm blowing. Blowing air from the shaded side of the house now. See the fan? So it's not hot air. It's warm on that side. Chapter 37. And Jacob dwelt in the land wherein his father was a stranger, in the land of Canaan. These are the generations of Jacob. Joseph, being 17 years old, was feeding the flock with his brethren, and the lad was with the sons of Bilhah and with the sons of Zilpah, his father's wives. See, here it calls them wives again too, where previous chapter was concubines and women servants. Now it's referring to them as wives again. So it's possible to be all those things to a man. And Joseph brought unto his father their evil report. Now Israel loved Joseph more than all his children, because he was the son of his old age, and he was Rachel's son, the woman he really loved. And when his brethren saw that their father loved him more than all his, and he made him a coat of many colors. Verse 4. And when his brethren saw that their father loved him more than all his brethren, they hated him and could not speak peaceably unto him. Talk about some jealousy here, man. Jealousy is not good. The only one who has the right to be jealous is God, because he owns everything. He's your father. So fathers have the right to be jealous towards their children, wanting what's best for their children. And when his brethren saw that their father loved him more than all his brethren, they hated him and could not speak peaceably unto him. And Joseph dreamed a dream, and he told it his brethren, and they hated him yet the more. Like, dude, it's a dream. But what that means is that people held a lot of, what am I trying to say here? You know what I'm trying to say. Dreams held a lot of weight. That's what I was trying to say. So when you heard, and they interpreted dreams almost immediately, people had an understanding of dreams. Like, he told them the dream, they understood it. Then he had another dream, which we're about to see. You're going to see how fast his dad puts forth his interpretation of the dream by what he says to Joseph. And you show this right here because they immediately understand the dream. For behold, we were binding sheaves in the field, and lo, my sheaf arose, and also stood upright, and behold, your sheaves stood round about, and made obeisance to my sheaf. And his brethren said to him, Shalt thou indeed reign over us? We know what that dream means. Are you trying to tell us you're going to reign over us? Or shalt thou indeed have dominion over us? You young, bottom of the food chain of the kids, top of the food chain of dad, but like, we're all older than you. Why in the world would you have dominion over us? Or and they hated him yet the more for his dreams and for his words. Then he dreamed yet another dream, and told it his brethren, and said, Behold, I have dreamed a dream more. So he told it to his brethren again. And behold, the sun and the moon and the 11 stars made obeisance to me. So the sun is his father, the moon is his mother, and 11 stars is his brethren. And he told it to his father and to his brethren, and his father rebuked him. This is interesting. And said unto him, What is this dream that thou hast dreamed? he interprets it. Shall I and thy mother and thy brethren indeed come to bow down ourselves to thee to the earth? And his brethren envied him. They had a spirit of envy. It's a bad thing. But his father observed the saying. See, his dad knew dreams are dreams. They're messages. They have meaning. There's something trying to be told to you and revealed to you in a dream, no matter what kind of dream it is. Something's being revealed. And his brethren went to feed their father's flock in Shechem. And Israel said unto Joseph, Do not thy brethren feed the flock in Shechem? Come, and I will send thee unto them. And he said to him, Here I am. And he said to him, Go, I pray thee, see whether it be well with thy brethren, and well with the flocks, and bring me word again. So he sent him out of the vale of Hebron, and he said to Shechem. And a certain man found him, and behold, he was wandering in the field. And the man asked him, saying, What seekest thou? And he said, I seek my brethren. Tell me, I pray thee, where they feed their flocks. And the man said, They are departed thence. And it says a certain man. So that means, I think it means he knew who he was, because he wasn't a stranger. It's a specific guy. And the man said, They are departed hence, for I heard them say, Let us go to Dothan. And Joseph went after his brethren, and found them in Dothan. And when he saw him afar off, even before he came near unto them, they conspired against him to slay him. And they said one to another, Behold, this dreamer cometh. Come now, therefore, and let us slay him, and cast him into some pit, and we'll say some evil beast hath devoured him, and we shall see what will become of his dreams. So, death and life are in the power of the tongue. Okay? Everything they said that they ended up doing happened. Okay? Check it out. They didn't slay him. They did cast him in a pit. They did say they didn't say that some evil beast, but that was the message received that we're going to find out later. Because they actually don't say it. So pay attention to that they're not the ones who tell Israel what happened to Joseph. They kind of give him the evidence. They lie about the evidence that leads him to believe what they said right here. Some evil beast hath devoured him. They spoke that out, and we shall see what will become of his dreams. And they end up doing that. Okay, and Reuben heard it, and he delivered him out of their hands, and said, Let us not kill him. And Reuben said unto them, Shed no blood, but cast him into this pit that is in the wilderness, and lay no hand upon him, that he might rid him. This is the reason he did it, that he might rid them out of their hands, to deliver him to his father again. And it came to pass, when Joseph was come unto his brethren, that they stripped Joseph out of his coat of many colors. I mean, what a greeting. Coming to check on you guys. Many colors that was on him. And they took him and cast him into a pit, and the pit was empty, and there was no water in it. So, depending on how deep that was, it was obviously deep enough he couldn't get out. That could have hurt really bad. And they sat down to eat bread. It also tells you that the pit used to be a well. And they sat down to eat bread, and they lifted up their eyes and looked, and behold, a company of Ishmaelites came to Gilead, where their camels bare spicery, with their camels bearing spicery and balm and myrrh, going to carry it down to Egypt. So the Ishmaelites, his cousins, right? Distant cousins, but cousins. And Judah said unto his brethren, What profit is it? Let's see. So before, Reuben was like, let's throw him in a pit, and his plan was to get him out of the pit later. Now Judah is like, He said to his brethren, what profit is it if we slay our brother and conceal his blood? So he's still thinking about killing him. Come, let us sell him to the Ishmaelites, and let not our hand be upon him, for he is our brother. So it sounds like he was feeling a little guilty. And our flesh. And his brethren were content. Then there passed by Midianites, merchantmen, and they drew and lifted up Joseph out of the pit and sold Joseph to the Ishmaelites. So if we go back to the lineage of Ishmael and the Midianites, I think what this is doing here, without doing that study, is narrowing it down. You know, Ishmael is like top dog up here, right, in the lineage. But the Midianites might be of the lineage of Ishmael. I can't remember right now, but that'd be an interesting study to do to see how one, the Ishmaelites and the Midianites were of a people. And they drew and lifted up Joseph out of the pit and sold Joseph to the Ishmaelites for 20 pieces of silver. And they brought Joseph into Egypt, and Reuben returned unto the pit. I wonder if 20 pieces of silver was a good price. You know, like, was it because he was 17 and young and looked strong? Like, was 20 pieces of silver a lot? Would that also be the price that Joseph would have to pay back if he could ever, or someone would have to redeem him? And behold, oh, I missed something. Don't behold. And they brought Joseph into Egypt, and Reuben returned into the pit. And behold, Joseph was not in the pit, and he rent his clothes. And he returned unto his brethren and said, the child is not, and I, whither shall I go? Like, I can't go home. I can't face Dad. And they took Joseph's coat and killed a kid of the goats and dipped the coat in the blood. And they sent the coat. So at this point, Reuben thinks that something actually happened to him. And since he didn't have his coat on, there was no evidence of it. So now Reuben is believing that something happened to him. He's like, Joseph's gone. Now they're making forth they're building the story. And they sent the coat of many colors, and they brought it to their father. And listen what they said. This have we found. Like, we didn't do nothing to do with this. They didn't say all that. They just told him what he needed to hear that was a lie that would lead him to make an assumption. This coat, this have we found. Know now whether it be thy son's coat or no. They're like, do you know if this is Joseph's? It looks like Joseph's to us. But you take a look at it and see if it's Joseph's. And he knew it. He saw it. He knew it. No question. No one else had a coat like this. It is, and said, it is my son's coat. An evil beast has devoured him. Joseph is without doubt rent in pieces. And Jacob rent his clothes and put sackcloth on his loins, upon his loins, and mourned for his son many days. And all his sons and all his daughters rose up to comfort him, but he refused to be comforted. And he said, for I will go down into the grave unto my son mourning.